Their soldiers came not on foot nor horseback, but by jet and limousine, as befitted their station. They came girding for battle to hurl themselves against one another in mortal combat, all lusting for victory at any cost. And when they met, it was called the Battle of the Network Stars.
Forget, if you will, the Olympic Games, Monday Night Football, championship fights. Conjure instead with the notion of Wonder Woman on the obstacle course. Kojak anchoring the tug-of-war. Farrah Fawcett Majors trying to be Sandra Palmer. Jimmie Walker spiking it for the point in volleyball. Parkins moving from captains and the Kings to crash helmet and bicycle. Damon Wilson essaying the role of Jack Nicklaus. Adrienne Barbeau of Maud meeting every physical challenge. Yes, it's the most unique sports competition in history. The stars of primetime television vying for almost $400,000 and pride and self-respect. We call it the Battle of the Network Stars.
As the sun rises each day in the awesome world of the three networks, their generals sent forth the stars to do battle for the ratings that rule the realm. The battle is fierce, but the treasures are precious. But today, the battle is physical and furious.
Stars is a team competition, so let's meet the teams. For ABC, the captain of the team, Gabe Kaplan. Welcome back, Carter. Darleen Carr, Streets of San Francisco. Lynda Carter, Wonder Woman. Farrah Fawcett Majors, one of Charlie's Angels. Dick Hatch, Streets of San Francisco. Bobby Hegyes, welcome back, Carter. Ron Howard, Happy Days. Hal Linden, Barney Miller. And Penny Marshall, Laverne and Shirley. John Schuck, Holmes and Yo-Yo. The CBS team, headed up by Telly Savalas, none other than Kojak. Adrienne Barbeau of Maud. Gary Burghoff, MASH. Kevin Dobson, Kojak. Pat Harrington, One Day at a Time. Bill Macy, Maud. Lee Meriwether, Barnaby Jones. Mackenzie Phillips, One Day at a Time. And Loretta Swit of MASH. Jimmie Walker, Good Time. And now the NBC team, the captain, Robert Conrad, Baba Black Sheep. Melissa Sue Anderson, Little House on the Prairie. Karen Grassle, her mother on the same show. Tim Matheson, The Quest. Ben Murphy, Gemini Man. Barbara Parkins, Captains and the Kings. Joanna Pettet, Captains and the Kings. Kevin Tighe, Emergency. Bobby Troup, Emergency. Damon Wilson, Sanford and Son. The scene set, Pepperdine University, the majesty of the California mountains, the awesome beauty of the Pacific, and the greatest stars in television in unique combat. And you're going to find these people going at it with a competitiveness and a fervor that you would not have imagined possible, especially when you reflect upon themselves and their normal pursuits in life, drama and all of the rest. You won't be seeing these great stars just in athletic competition. You'll be meeting them up close and personal by way of Rona Barrett tintypes and insightful, revealing interviews. Quickly to the competition, 9 events, 100 points for winning, 75 for placing, 50 for finishing third. The 2 leading teams at the end of 8 events meet in the final event, which is the tug of war. Every member of the winning team gets $20,000. I'm Howard Cosell, your host. It's an unique competition. This is the exquisite beauty of the mountains and the ocean surrounding the Pepperdine University campus, just above Malibu Beach, California, about 15 miles from Los Angeles. Here's where the action takes place. We begin with the swimming relay. Working with me, Mark Spitz, 7-time gold medal winner at the Munich Olympics. And Mark, how do you view this event?
Well, I think, Howard, the most important thing to watch here is whether or not the competitors will actually make a finish. Some of them have been extremely nervous. They've come up to me and asked me what should they look out for, and most of them are concerned with starting. The starting block, of course, is going to be about 3 feet above the water, and they're not accustomed to diving in at this height. I was looking over the program of the entrance, and I found out that Penny Marshall from Laverne happened to be doing in workout an interesting stroke. That was swimming freestyle with her arms and kicking breaststroke, which is going to be a tremendous handicap for the ABC team, and I know that they're up for this. And then also another disappointment is that the competitors will be swimming 1 lap or 25 yards, and the last competitor will be swimming 50 yards or 2 laps. And Robert Conrad of the NBC team will not be anchoring the relay team for them. So I think that NBC has a handicap going into this, and ABC has another handicap with Penny Marshall swimming her weird stroke, as I would say.
Well, Mark, you've left out the 3rd grade handicap, the CBS handicap.
Well,
you've got a good look at Savalas' body.
Well, I know, and I think he's portraying Tully's pop in his figure right now, and I think if we want to bet on CBS, I don't think it's a wise choice.
Okay, Mark, very good. Oh. That's a rundown. Right now, we're coming up with the starting lane assignments.
Swim race for NBC will be Karen Grassle. Swimming the first lap for ABC will be Lynda Carter. Swimming the first leg for CBS, Adrienne Barbeau. Swimming the second lap for ABC will be Penny Marshall. For NBC will be Ben Murphy. And the third lap for CBS, second lap for CBS, Mackenzie Phillips. Swimming the third lap for ABC will be Hal Linden. Swimming third for NBC, Melissa Sue Anderson. Swimming third for CBS, Pat Harrington. Swimming fourth for ABC will be Bobby Hegyes. Swimming fourth for NBC will be Bob Conrad. Swimming fourth for CBS, Telly Savalas. And swimming the anchor laps of 50 yards, 2 laps, for ABC, Richard Hatch. For NBC, Matheson. And for CBS, Kevin Dobson.
Not all of the celebrities here are participants. For instance, there, Peter Lawford, one of the interested onlookers. Now, let me emphasize this point. The order of the swimmers in the swimming relay has been determined, of course, by the respective network team captains. Right there you see Adrienne Barbeau of CBS. Thank you, Adrienne. Karen Grassle, Little House on the Prairie. And lustrous Lynda Carter, the Wonder Woman. She, by the way, as she has to be in her role, a very good athlete. Let's look for the start. Beautiful start by Lynda Carter. You saw that. She's quickly out in front. First lap, 25 yards. Karen Grassle holding together, and so for that matter is Adrienne Barbeau. But Lynda's going to complete the first lap first. And so Penny Marshall on the second lap goes in. Remember what Mark Spitz told you about her weird stroke. And quickly, what Mark called a handicap begins to show. NBC coming on with Ben Murphy in the lead. And then Mackenzie Phillips coming in second. Quickly we go to the third lap. Still 25 yards. Melissa Sue Anderson in the middle. Still holding a lead for NBC. Pat Harrington for CBS. Moving in, Hal Linden trying to get back into things. But we go to the fourth lap now. And here it's going to be up to Bobby Hegyes, Telly Savalas, and Robert Conrad. Conrad in the middle is picking up a little bit of an edge on Savalas. Hegyes has died. We go now to the final lap, the testing 50-yard challenge. It's Tim Matheson for NBC. It's Kevin Dobson, a superb athlete for CBS. And ABC very much out of things with Richard Hatch as a result of Hegyes' failure. Now, can Matheson cling to that lead? You see him in the middle. And he is holding on against Kevin Dobson. Everyone thought Dobson would clinch it in the final lap, but no. Tim Matheson has won. He has completed the quest with NBC victorious. CBS second and ABC third. Watch out, watch out. Let me through, please. Let me talk to the winners. Hey, Tim, congratulations.
Thank you, Howard.
Superbly swum last pair of laps. NBC, and you are a kind of understated Chevy Chase. You're really lucky. Hey, great event. Unbelievable spirit among you people.
Solid team effort there.
Absolutely.
Did True Mark Spitz started out like this?
No, Timmy, not that way. Hey, talking about starts, let's look at Lynda Carter's beautiful start again. And let's ask my friend Rona Barrett, the Hollywood queen, about Lynda.
Well, Howard, I can't tell you too much about Lynda, except she is a Wonder Woman indeed. She's a native of Phoenix, Arizona, who studied for 10 years at the London School of Ballet. She landed the Wonder Woman role after losing a film role in The Fan Club. But her audition so impressed producer Larry Gordon, he sent her over to Wonder Woman producer Doug Kramer. And it didn't take Doug long to see that 5 foot 8 1/4 inch Lynda would fill his bill to a T. She's a former Miss World USA. She's also a strict vegetarian. And she's about to embark on a new recording career after years of quietly setting her thoughts to music for her own satisfaction and satisfying everyone she is, with her new TV series, of course.
It's not an easy life the Wonder Woman leads. This is where she spends her days, the Burbank Studios in Burbank, California. Look at her exercising there. Her day begins every day at 5 a.m. She gets up, showers, 30 minutes to the studio, and then the job of keeping that body in the kind of shape it's in. It doesn't just stay that way without the kind of acrobatic endeavor that you're looking at right now. It's a long, long day from 6:30 to 8 every morning. There's makeup, wardrobe, having the hair done. She starts shooting at 8 in the morning. She is in virtually every scene. There is a break, 1 hour for lunch when they're on the set, only a half hour when they're on location.
It looks a lot easier than it is.
Yeah.
Her workouts are arduous, and you wonder why she goes through them.
I love it because it makes you get your adrenaline going and it gets you feeling right. I'm getting strong. My legs are starting to look like athletes though. But it's really for the show and for me. Like, I don't have to do it.
Come up.
See the tech, come on.
If you don't turn, I'll hold you. 1, 2,
I didn't even give her
grab him. It was good.
One more?
Out there. Okay. Great.
She doesn't get done shooting till 8 o'clock at night. Goes home exhausted. Has to begin at 5 the next morning. Seems endless. But she has had a meteoric rise with just one problem. With that body and that face, in Hollywood, there's a tendency to view her as perhaps just another pretty face with just another magnificent body. I asked her about this.
It all goes back again, Howard, to attitude. If so, I can't do anything about what you or anyone else thinks or feels, what their impressions are. All I can do anything about is what I feel, and the amount of work and effort I put into my work, because it's a very, very difficult role. Probably the most difficult role I'll ever do, because it's got to be serious and real and believable, and yet it's got to have fun, and it's a fantasy, and you've taken something that's existed for 40 years or 30 years from a piece of paper and brought it to life. The body thing, I had nothing to do with the way I look. I have something to do with maintaining, but God gave me what I have, or my parents, or whatever you want to call it, you know, soul or whatever, and all I can do anything about is my own mind. I can't do anything about what anyone else thinks or says.
Lynda Carter on no. ABC finished third in the swimming, yet they're pouring it on. Pour it on.
Pour it on.
What
We're
a cat.
number 3.
If we've got
We're
a
number 3.
Linda.
If we've got a problem, it's absence of leadership. Kaplan is the team captain.
None of us drowned, so we're real happy to be here.
Penny Marshall, you've got a point. Telly Savalas, a satisfied second placer, and at this point in time, NBC leads. CBS second, ABC third. What a glorious view. The rugged California mountaintops. The awesome Pacific Ocean in the background. One looks upon it and feels as Balboa and his men must have when, in the words of Keats, they gazed at each other with a wild surmise, silent upon a peak at Darien. But these girls aren't gazing. They're getting ready for the running relay. This will be a testing challenge, and working with me on this event, the hero of the Montreal Olympics, the winner of the gold medal in the Olympic decathlon, Bruce Jenner, newest member of ABC Sports and Entertainment Divisions. Bruce, how do you view this event?
Well, this is going to be an 880-yard race consisting of 6 people running it. Now, they're going to be 2 legs of 220 yards and 4 legs of 110 yards. Now, the 110 yards seems to be the easy part of the race. I think just about everybody can run 110 yards and survive. But in the 220 yards, you have people here that have been training a total of about 15 minutes for this thing, and it's going to be difficult for them, especially in the second 110 yards of that 220. At that point, it's going to be determined not who is the fastest, but who is slowing down the least. It will be difficult. The exchanges also are going to be interesting. We've been working on them here for about 10 minutes, and to try to get an exchange off is difficult for people that have been working on it for a long time. So it should be a very, very interesting race.
I watched you work with the various contestants, Bruce. I noted with interest that each of them thought he was in his own way cheating by getting the benefit of your so-called expert advice. But I saw no manifestation of improvement on the part of any of them. And one of the things, Bruce, I got to be honest, that interested me most was, with an eye to the future, perhaps, you didn't play any favorites, did you?
I've always been in the middle of the road, let me tell you. And being new in this business, you don't want to start off with any enemies. So I've been helping everybody as much as I possibly can.
All to no avail, I suspect. Under any circumstances, we're ready now for the beginning of the competition, so let's have the introductions of the respective competitors from the 3 networks.
NBC.
What is this? They got you running against two women. What are they trying to do?
They're trying to win the race. That's it. It was you know, it was up to however you wanted to put a start with. It was up to the teams. So they wanted me to run first, and they chose their team to run first.
I think they're trying to put a subtle kind of pressure on you. Your own captain, he expects you to run up a huge lead.
Well, I'll run against a horse, a truck, a bicycle, anything. I'm just here to run as long as the check comes in next week.
You and Jesse Owens. Good luck, Damon. What is happening, Captain Savalas, from the CBS point of view?
As from the CBS point of view? No, I'm lodging a complaint for ABC, NBC, and CBS.
And what's the complaint?
Well, number one, being a representative of my ancestry who started the Olympic Games. I understand that somebody picked up the baton some 100 feet before the starting line.
So you think, therefore, NBC should be disqualified?
You mentioned the network. I didn't. Yes, I think so.
Therefore, ABC is the winner.
Yes.
Sorry about that, old boy.
Yeah, CBS is second.
All right.
outran them. That's their problem.
Can I give you another comparison? It's like my putting my uniform on you. That's
right.
how vulgarly and that's how fragrant they were in breaking the rules. And
so we're going to take this. This is going to the negotiating table now.
He is Greek. And the Greek are famous athletes. That's how this all started. He's Jewish. He wants to arbitrate.
I see.
Right? I'm German. I want to kill both of them.
And I'm Irish. I'm looking for another Mick to hit.
I'm from New York, and I want the bread, baby. All
right. I want to know if we've been disqualified. That's really all I want to know.
Joanna, this is serious business. Tell us from your point of view exactly what happened.
Well, you mean after the fall?
Yes.
All I remember is running, and I handed it to Ben. I don't know what the hullabaloo is anyway. I don't know.
Joanna, tell him what you told me. Yes, tell me what you told him.
Ben was standing on his line, and I handed him the baton. How can one remember? But I did. I handed him the baton. What is the hullabaloo?
Have you reached a decision?
We have, Howard. We've looked at the tape a few times, and we have decided that on the last lap, Ben Murphy started considerably far ahead of his mark. And had he started where he belonged, first and second place would have been reversed. We have assessed a 2-second penalty on the NBC team, and we have changed the order of the finish. ABC has won the race, NBC is second, and CBS is third.
CBS remains third.
Correct. It is our judgment that CBS was not affected by it. They would have finished third in any event.
Well, thank you very much, Howard. So ABC has won the sprint relay, and we're going to call in Captain Gabe Kaplan of ABC. Gabe, may we have your reaction?
Well, we didn't win on the track, but we won it in court. No, he did start a little early, right?
Yes.
So they didn't follow.
The conclusively showed that. Any comment, Bob?
No, the tapes don't lie. The tapes don't lie.
All right, let's bring in Captain Telly Savalas because CBS remains third. We've got to get a reaction from him. Telly, your reaction.
I'm still upset, Howard, because although maybe we were only 50 yards behind, we must allow for the emotional reaction on my team, and that wasn't allowed for. It's breaking the rules, upsetting us while we're running. How can you get a man like Kevin Dobson at the last? You know, if the distance was a little bit shorter, that effort would have been there and we would have won it all.
Girl knocked down on this course, picked up, and we still compete.
All right, now let's find Bob Conrad. Bob, let's...
It's not
fair. These decisions being made before the race. Joanna Pettet was knocked down. We are amateur athletes.
But you knocked her
Wait
down,
a minute.
Bob.
We are amateur athletes. We were clearly ahead in this race. Now we are withdrawing, and we'll run it off with ABC. I love it. Right now, let's run it again with ABC. We'll tell you who the winner is, clearly. But you're not disqualifying us for a technicality.
We did not disqualify you, Bob. You're not disqualified.
Start the tug of war between ABC and CBS.
Bob, you haven't been disqualified.
I'm the captain of this team. We ran a damn good race.
You're right, you did, but you would have finished second had Ben...
Like hell. That's it.
All right.
We're not changing our decision.
Well, we really have an impasse here. Bob Conrad, obviously extremely serious, and Bob Conrad threatened. Yes,
and he is beaten. That's clear.
Bob, it's true. You won the race. You guys are the fastest runners, and if we ran it again, you would have won. But
let's
there was
run it.
still an infraction.
There was an infraction because we changed the rules to accommodate CBS before the race started. We wanted dead starts. We wanted dead starts.
Then I think that...
Then you run it with us. If you're better than we are, you're
the fastest runners, but there was an infraction. That was
Bob. I want to be very...
Kaplan, get his team out there and run it with us. We'll determine who the best team is. You're going for a little negotiation technicality. That's your captain. He lodged the protest. You and I want to run 100 to see who the fastest is?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
Wow. We've had a whole change here.
Just a minute, Howard. Yes. They're going to have a runoff. We insist on wearing it as well.
If they run the race, they have to run the whole race, not between two people, Howard.
Farrah, baby, I'm not in charge of the rules committee, but clearly controversy has beset the battle of the network stars. We'll see what happens in a moment. Howard Cosell back with a big brouhaha on this, the Battle of the Network Stars. Remember, in the running relay, NBC apparently won, but was penalized when Ben Murphy picked up the baton too early. The net result, Bob Conrad, NBC captain, threatened to withdraw his team from the competition. Gabe Kaplan was ameliatory, agreed to a runoff between him and Conrad. What we're watching now is an argument on the part of the respective teams as to whether or not there should be an individual runoff or a team runoff.
But in the
Let's listen in.
event, when it took place, they had a violation and we won.
No, wait, would we be doing the same thing if we had come in, like if we had won? No, we would have said, okay, you're not. That's right. So maybe we shouldn't. I mean, maybe we really should accept it. What if we say, no, we either have to run it over or not?
Howard, we ran the same distance.
You could do it because I would raise Bob Conrad because he's the one that lost the protest.
That's all right.
But it's not fair either to run it again because they're faster. But they made a mistake in the actual competition.
Yeah, we won. Why don't you think we won?
Well, it looks like the tournament committee and the teams have agreed finally to a runoff to determine the winner of the 100 points in the running relay competition. The runoff in 110 yards between Robert Conrad and Gabe Kaplan. Conrad, what a career he's had. For an insight, here's Rona Barrett.
Controversy is certainly nothing new to Bob Conrad, who was something of a black sheep himself as a kid on Chicago's South Side, back in the days when he was better known as Conrad Robert Falk. His dad was a disc jockey, and his mother was a public relations person. Must have been less than thrilled when Bob dropped out of school after the 9th grade to become a stevedore and a sometime boxer, even though later on he compiled enough credits to attend Northwestern University. Bob's competitive spirit is well recognized around Hollywood, but there's a side of him, Howard, that very few people know about. I want to tell you a little story. We had a mutual friend. He was the late actor Nick Adams. Nick was largely responsible for Bob's career. When Nick died, I remember Bobby coming to my home early one morning, and for more than a dozen hours, we drank coffee and cried over the loss of our dear friend. Bobby certainly inspires me to breathe deeply in more ways than one.
Do your stuff. Conrad is inspirational, intense, sensitive, a good father. His career has spanned 3 decades, and he looks back upon it.
The first series in the 50s, which was a top 10 show, Swine, that was just luck. In the 60s, I created that sort of cult show called Wild West, which was not luck, a lot of hard work. And now in the 70s, Baba's hit. It was number 10 in the ratings, as you may have noticed last week. And it's a serious thing that I've worked very hard to do. I had some failures in the early 70s, and I got my act together emotionally and concentrated on just theater and just acting. I'm a very serious actor, and this show is done like theater. Believe it or not, it's not done like television. I have a marvelous cast of young actors, 7 of them that have played the Black Sheep, and we go it very diligently and with great integrity, and I think it's working for us. I think that's why I've survived 3 decades, although I'm only 41, but the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, I've had a hit series. I'm very, very grateful and humble because of it.
Okay, we're good. Anytime. Runners, take your mark. Get set.
From Silverman, cancellation was immediate if you lost.
That's the way I like it. Best man wins. Best team, CBS won, or NBC rather, best captain won. That's the way I like it.
Okay, the competition goes on. Thank you, Bob Conrad. And so Gabe Kaplan comes through in the clutch. He understands now why we call it the thrill of victory vis-a-vis the agony of defeat. Look at the smile etched in the visage as he breasts the tape. And so, ABC officially wins the running relay, NBC second, CBS third. And to top it all off, the positive exultation of team conquest. Now the standings in the competition. NBC first, 175 points. ABC trailing by 25. CBS by 50.